Hello, friend, and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Batholkis, and this is It Worth My Time, Mr. Robot? Mr. Robot is having its fourth and final season coming up on Sunday, and I'm cheating a little bit. So instead of doing a recap, which I'm not doing any spoilers for any of this, I am just going to basically talk about is it worth my time for people who haven't seen this show. So before I get started here, I am going to do a little business as I usually do here. If you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and you know, uh, if you don't like me, you can hit the dislike button. I just ask you to go down in the comment section below and tell me what it is you don't like. Give me 5 seconds of your time to give me a little constructive criticism, something other than you suck, you know, because I hear that all the time at work. And quite honestly, I don't pay attention to them either when they say that. So if you want to see when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell as well. If you've already hit the bell, don't hit it again. It will unclick it. You can go to the bell settings, get as many or as little notifications as you want. You can also go to my website, suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. It's up there. It's also mirrored on my Facebook page for Suspended Fanimation. I also have a group page for Suspended Fanimation where you guys can post stuff there and be nice to each other and talk to each other, all that kind of good stuff. So come on into that as well. And I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and I have a Patreon page, but I don't have any tiers set up as of yet, but I will by the end of this year. So there we go. Tonight's only half of the Fanovich will be here. Nice. Okay. Oh, Fanobi's he went to go torture himself by watching Taxi Driver. I mean, falling down. I mean, the Joker, or Joker as it's called. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be seeing that movie, so I'll find out what his take is on it, because quite honestly, it's everything I've been hearing from Todd Phillips just makes me angrier and angrier as I hear about it. So anyway, yeah, I've seen the first season and like it. I stopped at season 2. So Mr. Robot, what is it about? So Mr. Robot is about a hacker and the antics that he gets up into. And it changes at the end of season 1. So you have a big reveal at the end of season 1. And no problem, Pen. I was, putting all my stuff together anyway, as it was. And it owes a lot to Fight Club. And they know this. Sam Esmail actually does musical cues from Fight Club as well. He actually borrows from quite a few places. And he is not shy about this. But the thing is, it's well done. Whereas Fight Club started an idea, I guess you can say, Mr. Robot is kind of the middle of that idea in society, if you will. That's the way I kind of look at it. And it's a little more thought through. I love Fight Club. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I watch it quite a bit. I've got it on DVD back there. Great movie. But it is kind of, I even got the book too. I've got the first edition book signed by Chuck Palahniuk and all that stuff. So yeah. And the book is a lot better and creepier than the movie, but of course, what book isn't? But Mr. Robot does fall along those lines, as well as it delves into sci-fi by the time you get to season 3 a bit. So I'm not going to say why. I'm just saying it delves into sci-fi, just dips a toe in there. Thank you, Joe Greer. That is actually a mask that I got from Comic-Con one year. I believe it was when season 2 was coming out. Yes, F Society. So this also took place at the height of the Occupy Wall Street movement, if you will. So it's actually very rooted in that Occupy Wall Street mentality. That's how it started off. And yes, Occupy Wall Street is long dead and gone now at this point. No one really remembers it, even though it's only been 4 years. So yeah, Shades of Continuum. Yeah. Liberal 8. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember Joker. It's been a while for me in Continuum on that one. I only saw the first season and then I kind of skipped out. Not that I hate it or anything like that. It's just it never went anywhere for me on that, and I just stopped. But so yeah, you have a bit of Occupy Wall Street and hackerism. It's hacktivism, actually, is what they call it in this one. And yes, you have mental illness, you have sci-fi, you have a lot of different things going on, drug use as well. And season 2 is not as good as season 1. I'm gonna flat out say that. Season 2, as a matter of fact, the ending of season 2 pissed off a lot of people, me included, because it was just the way it ended, and you're just like, what the fuck? Because it made no sense. And I suggest that if you are going to watch this, if you have never watched the series before, watch all of season 1. Season 1 is gold. I mean, it has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe is what it is. Second season has a 90%. Third season has a 92%. So they're all in the 90s if you get there. And I'm not going to say any, any kind of spoilers, Joker. So, yeah. But the for the second season, I would say you can watch the first 3, and then it's only 10 episodes. So watch the first 3 and watch the last 2, and I think you should be okay on that, and then go straight into season 3. Season 3 is fucking awesome. I would say it's almost as good as season 1 in a way. So as you can tell, is it worth your time? Yes, it's worth your time if you like some really good writing. That they are allowed to, that they were told that it was coming to an end, so that they could bring the final season to a close the way they're going to do it. I think it's probably going to be as good as Legion, as an ending. And yeah, I say this, this is one of my top 5 shows, quite honestly. It really is. It's up there with Counterpart. It's up there with Legion. It's up there with Doom Patrol. Yes. So it's up there. Yeah. I need to get on get on this. I most likely will not be caught up by Sunday. Like I said, Viking Bitch, for season 2, watch the first 2, maybe 3, and then jump to the last 2. So that's 5 hours right there, and then just go through season 3, which I believe was 10 episodes. It might have been 13 episodes. Yeah. Yes, it does have a killer soundtrack too. The music in it is awesome. The music actually does cue you in as to what's happening as well in some things. There's a great sound cue in there's a song that's played in season 3, and when he's outside a door, and I know the song because it's in my playlist, but I've never heard it anyplace else really. And it's an 80s song kind of thing, and it popped up, and I'm like, holy shit, is he actually doing that? And it's in reference to a sci-fi element that's happening in season 3, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, he actually is just completely telegraphing it without having to telegraph it, which is what really nice. And this is what Sam Esmail, the guy who created this, he actually created this as a movie, but then he realizes he's going through the script that he actually needed to do this as a TV series. So he excised about 20 pages out of the 88-page script, brought it to Anonymous Content. They looked at it and said yes. They brought it to USA Network. They said yes and got it made. So, and Christian Slater. So all the actors and actresses in this are awesome as well. So you have Rami Malek, of course, which he's won an Emmy for this. He's won an Oscar for, portraying Freddie Mercury as well. Christian Slater. This is Christian Slater's comeback role. He's been trying for a number of years now. I would say almost a decade to get a good TV show under his belt. And this is his TV show that got that a really good TV show he got under his belt finally. And he's awesome in it. Really, really good in it. And of course, you have Carly as well. I'm just blanking on her last name. Carly Chaikin. And Carly Chaikin, I actually knew from Suburbia, which was with Jane Levy and on ABC. And it was a sitcom, but it was actually a very, very good sitcom, I have to admit. And she played this valley girl who just was vapid of any kind of emotions, but it was really fucking funny the way she did it. And she's a great actress. Um, if she starts doing movie roles and things like that, I think her and Raimi could actually be like the new Hollywood elite actors, if you will. Like, your De Niro's, your Jessica Lange, uh, you know, your Meryl Streeps, things like that. If she actually starts going for those kind of roles, she will be that way. Same thing with Portia Doubleday. Portia Doubleday is a great actress as well. She's doing a great job. At first, I wasn't sure about her in season 1, season 2, but then season 3, I was like, holy shit, okay, she is actually really damn good. And then, of course, we got BD Wong. BD Wong, if you don't know who he is by now, he's been in everything under the sun. He comes in season 2 and 3 and are really, really good as well. And you're probably wondering what this mask is that Joe was talking about back here. Like I said, this was at Comic-Con 1 year. They had guys in the hoodie and these masks. This is actually from a group that is in Mr. Robot called F Society. And it is it's a mainstay of what that show is all about without giving things away. And I believe I might be, at the end of my wrap up of Mr. Robot season 4, I might be raffling that one off. Yeah. Even though I really love it, it just sits around gathering dust, quite honestly. And I'll send it out to give it to somebody who'll love it. I'll say that. But yeah, definitely well worth your time. And also, it's got kudos from the hacker community as well. Sam Esmail has brought in some people and that have gone through this kind of process before, and he's used them as consultants. So all the stuff that you see that's happening on screen, hacker wise, and all that stuff, they've actually tried out. It actually works, and it is fairly real. I mean, they changed some stuff around, of course, to not give people ideas, but yeah. Michael Christopher plays a nice villain or heel character. Yeah, exactly, Joker. Like I said, everybody in this is great actors and actresses. There's no bad person in the group. Stephanie Cornelison, who of course plays David's mother in Legion. She was in this. This was the first thing I saw her in as well. And Bobby Cannavale. This was the first thing I saw him in as well. I remember seeing him in other shows and movies, but never really kind of took, he never really kind of grabbed me as he did in Mr. Robot. And yeah, it's really, really well done. So, yes, Penn, I would part with such a rare treasure. I mean, you can get them now. You can buy them online and stuff like that. Yes, I know. I got it from Comic-Con. It was kind of funny because these guys were roaming around with the masks on and the black hoodies out in the sun. I felt for these guys, and they had a whole bunch of masks, but they weren't interacting with anybody. They were just kind of standing around and just kind of. And I walked up to one of the guys and I said, "Can I get a mask?" And the guy's like, and he gave me one. So that's what you had to do, is you actually had to go up and ask for a mask. You had to ask. That was the whole thing, was going up and asking for a mask. and then they would give you one. They weren't giving them out unless you went up and asked for one, which was kind of funny. It plays into the character. It really does, which I thought was interesting. They have a whole mock. They had a whole mock-up one year of Elliot, the main character's apartment, and the store that his father owned was a computer repair shop, stuff like that you can go into. And they had a virtual reality thing that actually was part of the show. That it was a 20-minute virtual reality thing that you put on, and you were sitting in Elliot's apartment, and you got part of the show. It was pretty neat. Good thing Dennis is not shy. No, I'm not. I was just because I wanted one of the masks. I was like, what the hell, man? You got a stack of masks in your hand. You obviously are looking like you're one of the guys, because I saw a whole bunch of them. They all kind of congregated for a second, and they all split up. And then they were just kind of standing around. They're just standing around. They had, bunches of masks. And I'm like, okay, so you got to go up and ask for one, as I was thinking. So that's what I did. I finally went up and asked for one. Is it a spoiler to talk about the time they did the throwback opening sequence? No, not really, Joe. I mean, I don't want to give away too much. This is honestly for people who haven't caught on to this series, who haven't given it a try. And I know I recommend a lot of shit to you guys. I really do. But it's for good reason. It's stuff that's actually worth your time. I don't that's why I don't give you like the CW stuff. The CW stuff is hit and miss. I mean, you either like it or you don't. That's not worth your time, quite honestly. Pretty much everything that I'm covering, I feel is good enough to talk about. That's the reason why I'm talking about it. So I really like that's why I like presenting to you guys. You can tell when I get bored with stuff. You really can. And I don't want to do that to you guys, because then it just becomes, boring for me too. It was the vintage of USA commercials, like when they used to do old reruns of Texas Ranger with Norris. Yeah, I watched the old school Nikita with Peta Wilson as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that she didn't go further than she did. She was actually a good actress too. Dennis has good taste for the most part. I don't know what you're talking about, Viking bitch. I would never have watched this without your recommendation. Back on another channel. Yeah. It's one of those shows that so it does fall under the sci-fi realm, just because of what they're talking about, and then also the time period. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't ruin it, because you do not find out when this is happening until episode 3. And even then, in episode 3, they're very kind of coy about what date this is actually happening, when this is happening. And now that we know when this is happening in time, they're going to play with that too in season 4. Excuse me. Yeah. I wanted to tell another spoiler. What is it, Joe? What's the spoiler? About presidents. Oh, no, don't do that one, Joe, because that's actually an obvious giveaway on that one. Yeah. Yeah, because if you there's yeah. It's also, I mean, it's a story about class warfare, if you will, as well. Same thing like Fight Club was. Fight Club was a class warfare struggle thing as well. And but it's not so overtly in your face class struggle. It is and it isn't at the same time, shall I say. It's got subtle overtones and undertones of things. That's what good writing is if you have many layers where you go back and rewatch it and you go, oh shit, I didn't catch that before. That's in reference to this. Or you have music, or you have a situation that's happening, a event that's happening within the show itself that tells you a lot about what's happening in the story. Have you ever seen Spy Game? Is that the movie, Joe Greer? I don't remember the movie. Wait, I mean, not the. There's no show, right? It's a movie. Was that right? Sorry, my brain's a little bit on the befuddled side. Because after this, I got to get to cooking. That's what I need to do. Oh yeah. That was a horrible movie, Joe Greer. Yeah, where they're supposed to be hackers and all that kind of shit, and they're using VGA screens and black and white VGA screens. Yeah, that was a horrible movie with Dan Aykroyd and Redford, and yeah, I remember that. That was horrible. Oh wait, no, Sneakers. That's right. Sorry, I know what. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about now. Spy Game. Yeah, the Redford and Pitt one. Where yeah. No, Viking bitch. She's the other dog. She's the other woman. So no, she did not. Sneakers was horrible, Apple Crow. That was a horrible movie. Yeah, I remember Pitt and Redford. Yeah, Redford was his handler and mentor. Yeah, I remember that one. That wasn't a great movie either, Joe. That was just kind of a long, drawn out process on that one. But no, that's not Pitt's best performance. Pitt's best performance is 12 Monkeys. That's his best performance. That was the first time I actually looked at Brad Pitt and I said, holy shit, he can act. Yeah. Fight. No. Yeah, Pitt does carry 12 Monkeys. He really does. But I mean, the story does too. The story is actually really damn good. Yeah. Yes, he's more than just a pretty face. Exactly. And now he's sober too, which is good. So yeah, definitely recommending Mr. Robot, not just because I'm covering on Sunday, which I am. If you want to see when I'm covering it, you can go to my website, suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. It's up there. It's also on my Facebook page as well. So tomorrow is going to be Titan season 2. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take this genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it live. And then, of course, Sunday is the aforementioned Mr. Robot. And Monday, I'm off. And then Tuesday is going to be another Is It Worth My Time? And I believe what I'm going to be doing is Primal. Primal is the new Gennady Tartakovsky show on Adult Swim. And yeah, I think I'm going to be doing that one. Even though she's only one episode in, that's what I'm going to do. And yes, Saturday Morning Blast Off is a blast. Definitely. Like, share, and subscribe. That's been put down there. Did anyone see the Titans promo poster where the team is lined up against a single Deathstroke? I did not see that promo poster, Joker. Was that something they just released for New York City Comic Con? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Oh, it's on Reddit. Someone might have made it. They might have just made that then. I don't trust anything unless it's actually coming out from the company itself. I've been burned so many times by Heroic Hollywood, who goes, and take a look at so and so in this outfit because or so and so is playing whatever character, and you click on it, it's fan art. I'm like, fuck you, Heroic Hollywood. Or we got this cover that says shit like oh, they've dumped what's her face, Brie Larson. Marvel has dumped Brie Larson. They lost all faith in her. Bullshit. That's all bullshit. Yeah. Am I going to go see Joker? No, Apple Crow. I've already seen it before. I remember it when it was Falling Down. Also, when it was called Taxi Driver. Also, when it was called King of Comedy. So, no, I'm not going to see it. I'll see it when it comes out on cable, which will be in about 2 months. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a big opening. I'm going to guess. I know they're saying like $155 million. I'm going to say it's going to be $80 million, and then it's going to drop drastically to like $5 million next week. Yeah. This is Falling Down with clown makeup. Yeah. So from what I've heard from a lot of the reviews is that they try to shoehorn in the comic stuff very painfully, and then they kind of abandon it and just keep going with the Taxi Driver, King of Comedy routine instead. Actually, yes. Variety has said it, and Deadline. Deadline has said $155 million opening. Hey, movie for Nobi, by the way. That's what they're predicting. And I'm saying 80 million. I don't think people are as excited to see this as everyone says that they are. Yeah, and so what's your verdict, Fanobi? Is it Falling Down, or is it Taxi Driver, or is it King of Comedy, or all of the above? Yeah, I kind of have an idea. I've been doing this long enough now, or I'm pretty close within the price range. It's kind of like The Price is Right, when you have to figure out what the vegetable item is in the can, and you gotta get pretty close to it so you beat the other jerk that's standing next to you, so you can get on stage and roll the big wheel. Yeah. Sexy Beast is one of your favorite movies. Anybody see the Alamo Drafthouse movie poster for kids and family? No, I haven't. Well, I don't know 100. Well, I don't 100% know how I feel yet, but initial thoughts. Drum roll, please. And he says he's typing furious. I can hear him. I can hear him across the country there. Nope, backspace. Clear it. Damn it. Typo. Can hear him on his phone just typing. Yeah. Well, it's what we're doing. It's either that or Jeopardy music. And I don't want to get dinged for doing the Jeopardy theme song because, I might get a copyright strike against me or something for stupid like that. Yeah, he probably will make us wait for Saturday morning blast off. I know how he is. Either that or he just lost service, one of the two. I think he's doing this from his phone, so he might have just, yeah. So while we're waiting for Movie for Nobody to tell us what he thinks of it, like, share, and subscribe. If you're on the fence about joining up here and subscribing with us, take a look up here. There's going to be a video at the very end of this video that takes a look at the algorithm of all the stuff you've been watching and plucks a video from my vast video library that matches as closely as possible to all that stuff you've been watching and pops it up there. Up here is going to be God, what did I do? Oh, that's right. It's going to be the other episode, this week's episode of Is It Worth My Time? I Am Mother. So I think he fell asleep, Apple Crow. He was well, I think that is what happened. Oh, there we go. He's back. Very well shot, good sound themes, visceral violence, well acted. Some shit annoyed me, and they shouldn't have made it in a DC comic. Yeah. So basically, it was King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, but with Joker makeup on it. Yeah. Yes, 2 in a row were worth your time, Pen. Granted, this one was a bit of a cheat. I was trying to figure out a way of doing a recap without doing a recap, but also kind of promoting Mr. Robot coming back because it's been gone for a little while. And I know a lot of people haven't seen Mr. Robot either. Or some people have and have forgotten about it a bit, but and that's why I wanted to do this. And I figured this is a perfect vehicle to do it with. So yeah. So I'm reaching the end here, just about, and we'll see. Yeah, I think it's a good place. Mufinobi says take some stuff out, and it would have been a violent thriller, a couple of surprising funny moments, but the damn red nose makeup was stupid. Rest could have worked and take the forced laughter out. Yeah, and it didn't look like Gotham at all. Yeah. Season 2 premiered 10, 11, 17. Wow. Okay, that's right. Yeah, it's been 2 years. I remember they said there was going to be 2 years between the two. Because it was almost like a year before we figured out they were getting renewed for season 3 for the final season, because Sam Ishmael started working on Homecoming. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that move for Nebula, that they went so far as to use the old 80s, 70s, 80s Warner Brothers opening logo. Yeah. Birds of Prey trailer, I'll talk about that on Saturday Morning Blast Off, because I do have it in there. Yeah. And I'll be talking. Oh, actually, I did already talked about the Jedi game trailer. Yeah. I guess they're releasing a second sister or second sister from the Inquisitors. They're releasing a action figure of her from the game for tomorrow, for Force Friday. Yeah. I hate Harley Quinn as a character, so I'm basically already out for Birds of Prey. Really? Apple Crow? I don't. I actually kind of like her. Yeah. Yes, Mr. You never finished season 1, Miss Movie Finobi? Season 1 is actually really good. Season 2, again, do the first 2 or 3 episodes, then skip to the last 2 episodes of season 2, and then go into season 3. Season 3 is the tits right there. Yeah, as the kids say, from 1988. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did not like the old Birds of Prey TV show. It's kind of funny that Ashley Scott is coming back, though, to play Huntress in the Crisis crossover. I did see Brandon Routh, the Kingdom Come costume, but I've seen him as Clark Kent as well for the Crisis, and it's kind of cool. That's all I can say, because I want to talk about that on Saturday too. But so tomorrow is Titans, like I said. Huntress is in a wheelchair on Young Justice. Is she? I thought it was I thought that was Oracle that was in a wheelchair on Young Justice, not Huntress. Yeah, exactly. I'm going out to Viking Bitch here. I'll let you guys go. So thank you again. Tomorrow is Titans. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off. Sunday is Mr. Robot. Monday I'm off. Tuesday is It Worth My Time? Primal. And then Wednesday I'm off. And then next Thursday is going to be the DC CW the DC CW Feelings in Hallways is what I'm going to be calling it. So I'm going to be talking about all the DC CW shows on Thursday, because those all drop starting Sunday through Tuesday, if I remember correctly. So I believe I'm going to be calling that segment Feelings in Hallways. And I'm not going over recaps on that one. So I'm just going to talk about those shows and what kind of shit show they are for the week. Hopefully it's not going to be that bad. I haven't watched the new Flash trailer. Yeah. I'll see how it is. I'm not holding out hope for this season, quite honestly. Other than Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow actually has just gone fun with it, and I like that. I'm okay with that. I want to see more of that, to tell you the truth. So, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you. Go and watch Mr. Robot. Some good stuff. Until then, until tomorrow, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, because otherwise, you may wake up and find out it's not 2019, if you know what I'm talking about. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.